you guys remember that episode of South Park? I think it was called Super PCness, where Kyle basically makes the same organization that his mom did in the movie almost a decade or two prior. I think this is a real world example of how the next generation, or at least the opinions of people, have just kind of flipped on their head. And it's really baffling to me. And this story kind of has me thinking that as well. From Polygon, Illinois rep wants to ban all violent video games to curb violence. Now, I'm nearing almost 30 years old. And I remember back in the 90s when people tried to say this stupid type of shit. This is truly a really thing that's happening right now. And you'd be surprised to know that it is not it's not a Republican. You'd think it's a conservative Republican trying to make this bill happen, but no, it is actually a Democrat. Let me see here. Person bill, Democrat. I forgot who wrote it out. I had it somewhere here. Hold on, sorry. You'll see here. From the Hill, Representative Marcus Evans Jr., a Democrat, wants to ban violent video games just because carjackings and other violent crimes have been rising in his state. Now, I live in Missouri, so Illinois is my neighbor to, the east. And I can tell you right now, this ain't going to fix nothing. They have a lot of other problems they need to fix. But this isn't just going to, and the big thing that they're saying is it's going to ban games like Grand Theft Auto, which is one of the most popular games of all time. But violent video games is a very broad category, as defined by the bill. Here's actually what's written here in this Polygon article. As defined in the bill, a violent video game is described as one that allows users to use a player or to control a character within a video game that is encouraged to perpetrate human-on-human violence in which a player kills or otherwise causes serious physical or psychological harm to another human or animal. That literally takes away almost 80 to 90% of all video games that are on the market currently. That means no more Fortnite. That means no World of Warcraft. That means no Call of Duty. There is no way that this bill is going to pass. I'm sorry, I don't care who you are. This bill is not going to pass. Again, this bill is proposed to, help stop, youths from committing violent crimes, because apparently Chicago has had an increase of 218 incidents reporting to the police in January, according to the Chicago Sun-Times. The bill would prohibit the sale of some... Well, let's see here. Yeah, that's the rates of carjackings. And apparently it's all minors that's happening. For one thing, Chicago's a shithole in and of itself. And you know what? Maybe if Chicago would have, cracked down on some people over the past year and shown that there was consequences for actions, maybe then these little kids would not have the balls to go out and do this type of stupid shit. Sorry if I got distracted there for a second. I'm right next to a train track, and a train was going off. I was trying to figure out where the sound was coming from. They proposed a $1,000 fine for the sale or rent of violent video games. This is going to put tons of businesses out of business in there too. Like GameStop's already on its last leg, so this is going to get rid of GameStops and the video game departments and Walmarts and all that. I don't see this going anywhere because I think they consider video games to be expression or art. And, it's protected under the First Amendment. So I don't see this going anywhere. But it's just that they would even propose this is just stupid, and it's just a waste of taxpayer dollars in Illinois. If you live in Illinois, I would be very disturbed by this, and I would probably, not revote this person back in and pick someone else. Well, anyway, it's a short one. Thanks for listening, guys. You have a wonderful rest of your day. And subscribe to Meaty-Boi and check out the Patreon. Meat and Potatoes podcast back up Saturday. We're going to start doing every other week from now on. So it's just going to be me, Jasmine, and Kiefer like it's always been. You all have a great night.